What's going on, 22 Comics? And today I wanted to get back to kind of my roots of why I started this. It was helping people fight FOMO and helping build good PCs for people. There's a lot of books that have heated up lately, a lot of first appearances. So how about we talk about some second appearances? As we've seen with all new Marvel Now .1, number 1, first appearance of Kamala Khan, first full appearance of Kamala Khan. Also, along with that, her first Ms. Marvel number 1. Those two books have skyrocketed. Ms. Marvel number 1 being pretty much her second appearance, second full appearance in Marvel Comics. There's some books before .1 that were like cameos, but these second appearances, they pop off as well, especially if they're number 1s. If you look at Miles Morales, Ultimate Fallout 4, that's a huge book. Everybody knows how big that book is. On top of that, Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 1 is also popping off really big as well. So, these are some other books that may pop off really big, even though they're second appearances. First one I want to talk to you about is Sam Alexander. Now, this book popped off here not long ago because of, Kevin Feige and news talks of how he wants Nova in, both Novas really, in the MCU. Well, Marvel .1 number 1 is Sam Alexander's first appearance. This is still a decently reasonably priced book. However, one that you can find in dollar bins is Avengers vs. X-Men number 1. This is the second appearance of Sam Alexander. It's a dollar bin book. It's got a pretty cool cover on top of that. To my knowledge, Sam is not on the cover. However, like, his first cover appearance is that Marvel .1 anyways. Just be on the lookout for that Avengers vs. X-Men number 1 if you're a Sam Alexander fan. Next person that's popped off pretty big lately, especially because of a TV show, is Kate Bishop. Everybody loves it. Everybody loves Haley Steinfeld for the most part. Everybody loves Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop. There's apparently going to be a future with this character. So people have naturally been drawn to her first appearance, which is Young Avengers number 1. Now, that book not only has the first appearance of her, but several other Young Avengers on top of that. So this book has really popped off, especially the variants and things of that nature. So another book to look for is Young Avengers number 2. People are starting to talk about this book, especially because of how big Young Avengers 1's got. So, if you want something like a second appearance of Kate Bishop or other characters of the Young Avengers line, this would be a good book to grab. Another person coming up, She-Hulk has her own TV show. Her Savage She-Hulk number 1 has popped off really big because that's her first appearance. Alright, so Savage She-Hulk number 2 is her second appearance, full appearance. Savage She-Hulk number 1, it's starting to get up there. It's starting to get really big movement, and when we finally see a full-blown trailer, it's really going to take off, I believe anyways. Just look at the Moon Knight stuff that's happened. So be on the lookout for that She-Hulk number 2. If you're a She-Hulk fan and you would like something that's close to a number 1, look for that number 2. Savage She-Hulk number 2. Another character that we know is coming but has not yet, and as soon as the trailer drops, this book is really going to take off because it's kind of in that same She-Hulk vibe, I believe, right now, where it's not really popped off big. It's a big book, but it ain't popped off big. That's Jane Foster's Thor. If you look at the CGC label and pretty much what the market has said right now, Thor Volume 4 number 1 is being considered her first Jane Foster as Thor. There's a What If book out there as well that people look for, so you could look for that. That's pretty big money though. This Thor number 1, it's starting to get on up there. Second full appearance of Jane Foster's Thor, and really is kind of more her first full appearance, but CGC doesn't label it that way because at the end of Thor 1 we see a full-blown appearance. But it'd be Thor Volume 4 number 2. That book has got her, she's on the cover, especially most of the covers. There's some cool variants out there as well, but a lot of people look at this as being her first full appearance as well. So this would be another book to look for, is Thor Volume 4 number 2. Another character that has really popped off is Shuri, especially with, the unfortunate passing of Chadwick Boseman. Shuri in the comics does eventually become the Black Panther, so because of that, a lot of people are looking to her to possibly become the Black Panther as well. Her first appearance is really kind of shot off. That is Black Panther Volume 3, Number 2. The second appearance for Shuri is Black Panther Volume 3, Number 4. Alright, if you're a Shuri fan, if you think she's going to become the Black Panther, you can't afford that first appearance, I'd really suggest looking for that second appearance. Last but definitely not least, Ribby Williams. A lot of people are anticipating her arrival into the MCU because she's been cast. We know she's going to be in Black Panther 2, all that jazz. So she's got a TV show coming up, Ironheart. All that is slated. It is guaranteed we are going to have a Ribby Williams in the MCU. So naturally, Invincible Iron Man Volume 5, Number 9 has just taken off. That is the first appearance of Ribby Williams. I suggest look for Invincible Iron Man Volume 5, Number 10. That is her second appearance. I just feel like with Miles, with Kamala Khan, these two characters right here have taken off. First appearance, second appearances, cameos, all that jazz has taken off. And it's getting to where it's almost like Wolverine. You're looking for the third, the fourth, things like that. These other characters could do the same thing. I definitely suggest you look for second appearances. Don't look down on them. I think you can find them in dollar bins as well, back bins, things of that nature. If you dug this video, please give it a like, give me a subscribe. Help me out. I appreciate it very much. Here's some videos over here on things that I'm specking on, maybe some comic hauls, things of that nature. You can find me on Instagram at 22_comics. You can also find me on a podcast called Comically Comics. Thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, y'all have a good one.